Committee when I start this thing, so it's going to last about 30 seconds, and then we'll, if I know Vin. Okay.
Ready?
We're ready.
Motion to adjourn. Oh, no. Call the meeting to order. Can I get approval of the minutes, August 21, 2024? Motion, John, second? John, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. New business approval of 2026 budget. Everybody get a chance to look at that prior to the meeting? If so, could I get a motion?
I'll move.
Second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. No executive session, motion to adjourn. John, second, Kevin? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. All right. How's that, Linda?
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. Truly excellent.
All right, you got the minutes of the regular meeting?
Yeah, it should be right in the back.
Okay.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Laura,
See the paper now.
I'm all confused. Oh, here it is. All right. Call the regular meeting to order. Can I get approval of the minutes, July 9th, 2025?
I'll move.
Second?
Second.
John, all in favor? Opposed, so moved. Old business. Jack, Matt Clark Properties?
Yep, we're looking to pass the final resolution. So we're here to consider a final resolution relating to the Mac Clark Properties LLC facility, authorizing financial assistance in the form of exemptions from sales tax valued at $10,938, exemptions from mortgage recording tax valued at $9,000, and reduction of real property tax for a period of 5 years valued at $12,292. Which financial assistance is consistent with the agency's uniform tax exemption policy, approving a reduced annual administrative fee and waiver of the agency's closing fee, and approving the form and execution of related documents subject to council review. The agency was not required to conduct a public hearing because the financial assistance is less than $100,000.
Any questions? We didn't have the public hearing, right? We didn't have to.
We didn't have.
Yeah. Any questions? Kevin wasn't here. You got any questions, Kevin?
I do not.
Do not. If not, can I get a motion?
I'll move.
Second?
You're going to abstain.
Yes.
John's got to abstain. To you, Kevin.
I approve.
Second?
Oh, no.
John has to abstain because
Oh,
of
yeah,
Clark.
okay,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
second that. We're the only one. I
Yeah.
got you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. DePaul.
Again, we're here to consider a final authorizing resolution, pardon me, relating to the DePaul Columbia Square LP facility, authorizing financial assistance in the form of reduction of real property tax for a period of 32 years, valued at $10,143,535, which financial assistance is a deviation from the agency's uniform tax exemption policy, and approving the form and execution of related documents subject to council approval. The agency conducted a public hearing on August 5th, 2025, to which there were no comments.
No comments. Okay,
Nobody came.
not a surprise. Anybody have to abstain? You good with this one, John? All right, can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Opposed? So moved. Schmaltz Realty.
Consider a request from Smalls Realty for early termination of the pilot agreement and other documents. Also to not consider a clawback on that project as the owners are retiring and closing down the business.
I know that.
Yeah.
I forgot what that was for. So that.
Schmalls
They
was,
did a building on Bleecker, right?
yeah, it was on Bleecker. They were part of the hospital relocation plan.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they were in for a while, but then, again, Mark Rich, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. are all retiring from the business, closing it down. So they'll put the building up for sale.
That's too bad. They haven't around a long time.
Yeah, they haven't. Well, that's why they're retiring.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move. Yeah, I'll move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. New business. Go in the regular order
Yeah, Ben is online.
or, okay,
Just a real quick, True Storage has purchased the 501 Bleecker Street property, which was a former Bowers property. The price right is in the far end of the far east side, I believe, of the property or the building. And this company is going to put storage units inside the building on the first floor, but then also the garage down below has space in there that they'll do that. And also online here is Ben Kafori, so he will talk a little bit about the project.
Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So Jack explained it well. We are self-storage converters. We've done about 50 of these projects across the country. We're excited about this rehab in Utica. The front portion of the building is an existing price right that will stay in operation. We'll be revitalizing the vacant portions of the building as well as utilizing the underground parking area. I think we're going to look to make improvements to the Price Right parking lot as well, kind of re-improve the whole property. It's definitely fallen into a little bit of
Nice.
what was that?
It's a mess right now.
Yes, yeah,
Right on
yeah.
either side. There's been
Well
no
put.
maintenance.
It is a mess right now, and that's kind of our specialty as we get into these messier properties and we convert them into something and bring them back to functional glory. We've done a lot of these older industrial conversions and they all end up coming out really well. Our construction timeline usually takes about 4 to 8 months, I would say. This one should be on the quicker end. The building inside is in good condition, and we've been seeking these pilots and tax incentives that really help us make these projects feasible. And we look forward to working with all the town officials and everyone involved in the project. We hire local construction help, and we'll also hire local staff to run the facility for us.
any questions, comments?
It definitely needs work.
Okay,
That'll be good.
So again, here to consider an inducement resolution relating to the True Storage Utica LLC facility, granting preliminary approval for financial assistance in the form of exemptions from sales tax valued at $262,500, exemptions from mortgage recording tax valued at $37,500, and reduction of real property tax for a period of 5 years valued at $242,042, which financial assistance is consistent with the agency's uniform tax exemption policy, and authorizing the agency to conduct a public hearing.
okay, can I get a motion?
I'll move.
Second?
Second.
John, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Also to consider a seeker resolution relating to the True Storage Utica LLC facility.
Okay, motion?
Move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Good luck.
Thank you
Ben.
very much. Thank
I'll
you
be in
guys.
touch
I
with you.
appreciate it. Sounds great. Y'all take care.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
too.
thank you again.
Bye.
RED Adirondacks LLC.
Anthony is not here. Was supposed to be here in person, so I'm not sure what is going on there. If you want to skip that, and we can go to
Performance Plus.
So again, Mike Marizio is with us. He is purchasing the property under Performance Plus Solutions. And Bill Clem is online with eBliss. So he'll give a very short description of the bike facility.
You heard that bell short.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Vin, you're in a blue shirt again, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm gonna let Mike go because he is the property owner. So Mike, your thoughts and process and everything for what you're doing, tell us about the property.
The property is over near the harbor and it's currently Falvo manufacturing. So the facility is basically what we need to get the manufacturing going. The size is good for assembly. There's room for expansion and there's a lot of cleanup that needs to be done, but to put out the number of bikes we need to additionally, it's a good fit for us.
And Bill, if you can give a little bit just on eBliss, we know
Sure,
that
absolutely.
through the state,
yeah.
you've gotten some funds and have made an announcement on this, so people are pretty excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, first of all, thanks everybody. I have not met everybody in the room. Some of the people know me, as Vin has already given the warning that I'm going to talk too long. So thank you, Vin. So Bill Clem, Chairman, CEO, eBliss. I have been in the transportation, manufacturing, distribution business for over 40 years. I worked for Ford Motor Company for a very long time as an executive. I have been building e-bikes and bikes for several years. Before that, I spent 14 years building drivetrains and transmissions for the industry. I was a part of its e-bike birth in Europe and its massive expansion. My vision always was to bring this to the United States. The opportunity in Utica is very unique. One, we bring jobs on rebuilding America. So we will rebuild or help to rebuild the manufacturing footprint in and around Utica. So we think taking a leadership position is important. Stage one is this building complex, and that's to build about 15,000 bikes in the next 12 months. Stage two is we will be inviting the entire e-bike industry and its supply chain, which is about a $10-12 billion global industry. We'll be inviting them to come to Utica to be able to build subcomponent manufacturing in and around us to support a 5 million unit market in the United States. So our objective is to make Utica our anchor piece. I have been unbelievably supported by the people in this room and the people around all of you. From the mayor to the governor to the ESD to everybody has been wildly supportive. Our largest investor is Mike Maurizio. So one of the reasons why we are in Utica is because Mike's investment and support of us has been fantastic. So we've taken the risk out of the play. We have a very firm timeline to move 15,000 bikes. If you haven't seen the picture, I've got it on the front page of the presentation. If Jack could put that up, I'll show you the vision of what we want to do with the building. But we think this is going to be not just a manufacturing center, but it's going to be a bit of a showplace on the edges of the harbor. And we think it's going to be an incredibly attractive piece in downtown Utica. So appreciate the support, Mike and everybody. We're on our way.
Sounds good. Any questions at all?
Where's the picture?
Yeah, Jack.
It may be on my computer, but it ain't on that. Sorry.
Okay. Hey, well,
Elbow manufacturing site. That's in back away.
Yeah.
Got it cleared out and put our equipment in and basically cleaning up the facade. It needs some updating and the surrounds around it too. So it's we gotta put a work to go.
There's a lot of windows that have been filled in, with block.
Yeah.
So in taking a tour of the building with these gentlemen last week, they're looking to have people when they're looking at the bikes and wanting to purchase them, then they can see the assembly and kind of look into the building. They're dark in their tunnels anyways, so it'll brighten up the space and make it conducive to.
So what's the timeline from purchase to, outfitting the plant to manufacturing?
I'll
We wanna-
take that
We
one.
want to get bikes out the door by the end of the year.
Yeah, right now we have a pilot facility in Ames, Iowa. We can do subcomponent assembly already in Ames. So we can up and run very quickly. We will have bikes being produced in Utica, New York by the end of this year for sale in the United States. Our objective, there's a whole series of little steps you have to take to follow the Federal Trade Commission's view on what is made in America, all those things. So our objective is by the time the country has its 250th birthday, we will have bikes fully made in the US. The way the tariff rule works is wherever the frame is welded is where the bike's tariffs resides. That's a 1978 FTC guidelines, which hasn't changed on bikes and e-bikes. So we will be welding frames and making full bikes by the birthday of the country, 250th birthday. So that's that goal. So one of the interesting things about what we are doing is we are inviting the manufacturing base of Mohawk Valley to come with us to work with these other suppliers from around the world to make these components. There's 144 components on an e-bike, just to kind of orient everybody. About 85% of them we think can be made organically in the Mohawk Valley and in the US. So again, this is a wonderful opportunity to encourage growth of manufacturing in the entire region. And we think this is going to be a beacon of hope for that goal.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any questions? If not, can I get a motion?
We're going to
I gotta read it
consider an inducement resolution relating to the Performance Plus Solutions LLC facility, granting preliminary approval for financial assistance in the form of exemptions from sales tax valued at $35,807 and reduction of real property tax for a period of 10 years valued at $89,073, which financial assistance is not a deviation from the agency's uniform tax exemption policy, and authorizing the agency to conduct a public hearing.
How can I get a motion?
Vin, you're,
I can't vote. I'm conflicted
okay,
out.
so you're not intimidating anybody, are you?
I'm trying not
Yeah.
to, Linda.
All right, let the record show that Vin is abstaining.
down.
He's pulled back from the table so that nobody's intimidated by him. Okay, all right, go ahead.
No more than usual.
Yeah, second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Opposed, so moved.
Related to it, consider a seeker resolution relating to the to the Performance Plus Solutions LLC facility.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. All
Okay.
set?
Thank you.
Can move back to the table now, Linda.
Are you
Yes,
related to Frank?
you can come back now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for
Thanks,
the
Bill.
opportunity.
Thank you,
Okay.
Bill.
Resources.
We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
So,
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mike.
thanks, Mike. Resident, Adirondack.
We're waiting for him to arrive. That's not him, unless he put a dress on.
Do you want to explain what he's doing?
Yeah, Jack, why
I'm
don't
gonna-
you go ahead and describe the project?
Yeah, we need to, approve the, 2026 budget based on the Finance Committee's recommendation.
Okay. A motion to approve the budget? Yeah, second, John? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Okay, so while we wait for Anthony Morale, on the screen here, we have Ken Adamczak. He is with the Center for Regional Growth in Fulton County. I sent along some documents relating to an educational program that he is working on throughout the 6-county region of Herkimer, Oneida, Otsego, Schoharie, help me out there, Ken, Fulton and Montgomery counties.
Ken, you're muted.
Fulton and Montgomery. Thank you.
Okay, so Ken, if you can talk to us a little bit about what your project is, how it impacts, and what the upside is.
Do you want the presentation or you want me to share it?
No, I don't think so. We had the material sent out to everybody and, so we'll, if that's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No, go ahead, just kind of give us a
Yeah,
outline in your own
Okay.
words.
So I've been working with Expertise Project, which is a private company, for about 4 years now. And what they do is they bridge the awareness gap between students, unemployed, underemployed, parents, teachers, guidance counselors, and businesses. And what they've done is they've built an online Netflix format. And there was a photo of that in the slides. And what happens is the students will have the opportunity, starting in their FACS classes, the family and career science classes in school at around 6th, 7th grade, to go ahead and start viewing videos and careers and businesses within the region and within the state. So this is compiled just within the state. Part of that goal is to help keep our children here. And it's also going to go into the workforce board offices, because they have a problem reaching the 18 to 26, or what I call the lost boys. And what they have is now that group of people lives in the virtual reality. I mean, in the virtual world now. They're on TikTok. They're on all these video formats. They're in virtual reality. They're playing the video games. So it'd be a nice draw to be able to say, for the workforce boards to turn around and say, hey, you can come in and look at business X, business Y, business Z, career X, Y, and Z, because the format is set up specifically so that we can target businesses throughout the region, and we can target careers in those specific businesses. So guidance counselors for many years, and I think they're doing a great job, and they're doing more than they ever were before, especially now with the mental health issues and things like that going on in schools. But guidance counselors were always, if you asked them about a college, they knew everything there was to know about colleges. Ask them, or many people in our community, what are 20 businesses around you, and you get blind stares. I mean, the people in this room, of course, would know, but people don't know what's in their own communities. So how do we start to educate these students and stop hearing, what are you going to college for? I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. We all have heard that. The other thing, New York State Department of Education is changing the Regents program. I'm not sure if anybody is aware of that. They're going away from the Regents, and what they're doing is they're going to this blue ribbon portrait of a graduate. And within 2 years, every 9th grader is going to have to be in a specific pathway. That pathway will lead to a diploma that has a seal on it to whatever that pathway was. Arts and literature, science, the art, however they figure out the final sticker. So it won't be what it is now, where you either pass a Regents or you don't graduate, or however that's working right now. It's going to go back to what it was before. Well, this can help us guide students to those pathways, to programs in BOCES, to different colleges, and to different careers throughout the Mohawk Valley. The beautiful part is the way the videos online are set up. The videos are made predominantly by students of these businesses and projects. So, for instance, they will start with a project-based learning in a class. They'll say, hey, we're going to go to this business. We need to study who they are and what they are. So they'll start doing research on the business. Then they'll turn around and they'll break up into teams, and some of the teams will figure out, okay, who's going to be the video cameras? Who are going to be my interviewers? Who's going to catch the audio? Who's going to do the 360 camera? Now what happens is, as they're learning all this, they're developing a project. They're learning about businesses that are local to us and helping support our local business community to get jobs. Then they're going out to the business, and they're going ahead and they're doing all the camera work. So they'll have 4 or 5 different 2D cameras. They'll have one with a 360 camera that can make this, once we put the video together, you could walk through the plant, hear the same questions, but you'll be able to turn on virtual reality goggles and see the whole plant. because manufacturing today is not what it was back in my day, back in some of your days. It's not dirty. It's not a filthy thing. It's very high tech. It's very clean across the board, which then helps the students see the bigger picture. But also, if they see me as an old man asking questions and doing stuff, the kids shut the videos down, or they start to shut down. It's just a cognizant thing. It's subconscious. So seeing other students ask the same question, asking questions of these people keeps the students engaged longer. A sidebar that we learned during the process over the last 6 years that they've been doing it is HR departments and employers are starting to see what their next workforce is going to look like. So we all know there's gauges and there's piercings and there's tattoos and there's the way people dress, which is maybe different than what we're used to. HR departments are starting to learn that also. So we became a catalyst project back in 2023 for the MVREDC. We were in their 2023 strategic plan. And then in 2024, we applied for the Mohawk Valley Empowers Grant. In January of 2025, we were approved and awarded $549,000 to expand this project across the Mohawk Valley. So it'll be all 6 counties. Every school will get access to the website, which has over 300 videos on it currently of different businesses. They'll have access to virtual reality goggles in their schools. MVCC, FMCC will also have the virtual reality goggles. The workforce board offices will have the virtual reality goggles, and they'll all have access to the online. That's 64,000 students. There are projects currently going on from Syracuse all the way through Albany. One of the videos you saw in your packet was the CBS Albany news broadcast of students actually working on the water park slide project. What I loved about that is it's students actually engaging and learning how the curriculum that they're learning in school transitions. I know probably everybody in this room at some point in time when we were back in school and we went to algebra class, we were like, when am I ever going to use this again? Well, now they're turning around and they're seeing, wait a minute, this is how this curriculum can translate into the real world. So there's multiple different levels of this project that are working to help educators and the teachers in the room, the guidance counselors help direct students to whether it's a college, whether it's an apprenticeship, whether it's a job. And then it's also working to keep us focused. Another sidebar that's going to be of the project is we'll have a virtual reality room that is mobile. So if anybody's seen the Van Gogh project, like on TV, where you get to walk in the room and you see everything around you, we will have a 5-sided mobile immersion room that we can take to job fairs, career fairs, state fairs, local community events, even the IDA. If there's a project that you're trying to discuss or push throughout the community, we can set that up. It's one of the rooms where you can walk in and have everything on 5 walls around you. And the computer system set up, it's going to be on in a trailer. It takes about 2 hours for us to set up, 2 hours to tear down. Currently, they're being used throughout higher education facilities throughout the United States and a lot in Europe. And so the goal of this project is just to start educating people, because especially in our rural communities, if the students don't see it, if the people don't see it, the parents don't know it from their history, how are these kids going to know that the jobs that organizations like you, organizations like us are trying to build are going to, that they're out there and that they're opportunities, especially since we all sit right along the new New York Nano corridor with Micron and all the other things coming to our community and Global Foundries and Danfoss. How are these kids going to really know what's out there for them? We had one briefing where the kids went and to Global Foundries and they were told only 38% of the people that work at Global Foundries have higher level degrees, yet they have nurses, they have their own police force, they have their own fire department, they have their own marketing department. And these kids never thought that they could apply to Global Foundries to get jobs that weren't in the microchip arena. So the project has been growing. Again, it has a lot of backing throughout the state. Department of Labor is looking at picking it up, depending on how this all goes. And it's going to be out there in all the schools. It is throughout some of the region already. Some of the schools like the Herkimer Bose's, MVCC's already engaged in using these products. So it's out there. The problem I'm having and the ask is that how do we, as you all know, whenever we're trying to do grants, how do we go ahead and get the pre-funding so we can get it all to work? Because we're a small organization just like you, nonprofit. We don't have the big, deep coffers to do that. So we came up with the idea of asking IDAs for their help. If we are lucky enough to get IDAs to go ahead and help, then every penny that's given to us will come directly back to you as the drawdowns happen. Now, everyone also knows that grants are a nightmare. So to get through the process, here's the beautiful thing. I am retired Air Force. So I have a government brain. And on a positive, my MWBE is the waiver, pre-waiver is going through right now because the MWBE office has already said they like what we've done as far as our good faith efforts. So we're already over that major hurdle, which is great. So now it's just got to go through, get the final signatures. They said it probably can be done in less than a month where the MWBE pre-waiver is approved.
Ken,
So-
can I interrupt you for a second? Have you
Yes,
run into an issue, constitutionally, the New York Constitution prohibits IDAs from lending money.
Yes.
So the IDA would not be the entity to do this. It would be the LDC if they decided to go ahead. How are
Okay.
you dealing with that in other IDAs? Because IDAs
So-
cannot lend money.
Yes, I heard when I went to our county, who has supported, they're in a similar situation. They don't have like a CIC or an LDC or stuff like that can do that. So what mine did is they're making. That's why I didn't say we're going to do one full, for everybody, one memorandum, because everybody's a little bit different. So what my county's doing is they're just putting the down payment down with the organization for the immersion room and paying them directly. And then in the memorandum that they're writing up for me, we're just going to give the money when the grant comes through. We're going to give the money back to the IDA. Total, we should have everything back to the IDAs within no more than 12 months max. The big thing is that as soon as we start getting the money in, our big purchases are equipment, the virtual reality goggles and all the equipment to get into the schools, and then the immersion room. All of that will be ordered here probably in September or October. And I can do drawdowns the way the grant's written up. So I'll have drawdowns coming here within the next probably 3 months coming back towards us, which means then we can repay anybody who helps us out in these situations. Does that answer your question?
Kinda.
Kind of. So I know there's a couple other counties like Montgomery, they're running it through the CIC.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
And
how
I think we would run it, if the board was inclined to do this,
Yes, ma'am.
I think we would run it through the LDC.
And
And
however it works, I will make sure that whatever you guys bring forward, as far as how you'd like it done is great. I'm just really trying to be creative and help this, Mohawk Valley project happen because workforce and training grants are not normally ESD's forte. A lot of the projects that were funded under Mohawk Valley Empowers are kind of at a little bit of a standstill. They're very slow moving because we were all forced to do the MWBE. I just used my government brain and said, yes, Colonel, what do you need? Yes is my answer. I don't get a no. Jack's fully aware of how I work and how I roll. And it's just like, okay, I can't fight it. I got to make it work. And so far, it's been amazingly easy when I stay in that brain. If I go to a civilian brain, then it hurts. And then I just want to bang my head against the wall. Like I said, the project's been great.
I'll ask this group, is this something that we would, want to we would end up having to take and transfer money over to the UCDC.
Well, I suggest you make a recommendation to do that and structure it.
Right.
So we have something
Okay,
to look at and vote on.
okay.
You can authorize it subject to council review.
Good.
Well, hang on, you have to have, IDA can't authorize it on behalf of the LDC. The LDC would have to authorize it.
Right, we'd have
But
to have a
it's the
separate
same- it's the
UCDC
same-
meeting.
It's the same board. So I think the most you can expect here today is an indication of whether you think the LDC board, which is the same people, but it's a different entity, whether they would be interested in entertaining something like this, subject, as Laura said, to council review. And then, Jack, what you'd have to do is call an LDC meeting.
Right.
And yeah, you got a notice provision and all of that for that. So I guess at this point, it would just be an indication of interest if you want to take that next step and turn this to the LDC.
How much money are you looking for?
So what we're asking is, and we'll take anything, but we're going to all the IDAs or organizations and saying 75,000 each would cover us and cover the whole project. We can pay all of it out. And like I said, we can have everybody paid back within approximately a year.
You approached the Utica County IDA?
Yes, I have a meeting with them on September 4th. And I've heard positive things, of course, but no answers. But so far, Fulton County is in, Montgomery County is a tentative yes, waiting on next week. Schoharie County's in, and Herkimer County's meeting, I believe, next week. I have to look at the date again.
You don't have none of the other counties in the Mohawk Valley have two IDAs. Is that correct?
Correct.
So Oneida County / Utica would be the largest contributor jointly, because you're
Okay.
asking for 75 apiece.
And you're a much smaller IDA, so if there was a lower number, I'm okay with that also. I really wanted to make sure I put it out there because the equipment and the people in your region and the things that you're doing are going to be targeted as far as for some of these projects.
Right. No, all I'm saying is if each county on a standalone basis, I would take the city of Utica and Oneida County, combine it and get 50% from each one of them. That way it's a more fair contribution if they want to do anything. So I would
Yep.
just put that out there.
Yep. And I'm open to anything. I'm trying to be creative and think outside the box.
Jack, why don't you reach out to Shauna Papel or Tim Fitzgerald and ask them what they have that conversation.
And I appreciate just the listen, but also know one way or the other, I'm going to figure it out and make it work. And it'll be coming to your area. So,
It sounds like a great project, but yeah.
Yes.
yeah, but there are wickets that we have to work through, and I'm aware, Miss Linda. So whatever Jack tells me he wants me to do, I'll make it happen.
What was the total amount, Ken, that you're looking for the overall? 500 something? Was it?
Yes, the total grant is $549,000.
So you're gonna reach out to Shauna?
Yeah.
Schedule a meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Jack, Tim's been working it on the front end, just so you're
Okay,
aware.
I'll give him a call. Okay, good. Great.
But
Well, thanks,
I
Jack.
appreciate the time. It was a pleasure meeting all of you.
You too.
Same.
Interesting project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll talk to you soon, Ken. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think something like this to get funded by education department. School district.
Right.
Wonder where they are.
I don't know how that's not a loan. That seems like a loan to me.
I always get worried, well, we'll take whatever you can give us. Here's a bucket and a half. There you go.
I'll make it work.
Is Anthony around?
Yeah.
Please just call me.
was an interesting, although I think ninth grade, a little early.
I was
Take a
gonna
career
say,
path for a
I've
kid.
got an eighth grader and that made my heart sink to hear that they're going to encourage kids to
Yeah,
choose a path that young.
yeah.
Well, at least you show them options of what's out there.
Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah, but it sounds like.
So 8:30 in the morning is, I mean, 8:30 is 8:30 in the morning.
Yes. Yes.
I got you. Sorry about that.
I'm asleep
Just-
at 8:30 at night.
Yeah, no, because I was out with,
You better make it a quick one.
I was with Kevin Hughes last night and Jerry and everybody, and I'm like saying, it's 8:30 at night. And no, Jerry's going, I don't think so. It's 8:30 in the morning. Well, I'm ready. I mean, pretty much ready.
So this is Anthony Morale.
Yeah, I'm
He is
Anthony
a-
Morale. How are you?
He's an architect and
Yes.
working with Kevin Hughes
Yeah, my partner.
on the project. So if you're familiar, the Hyosun building or Dunlop building on the corner of Erie and Oriskany Boulevard, or is it maybe it's Whitesboro there?
Whitesboro Street and
Right on the
Oriskany.
point there. The building has been empty for quite a number of years. It's gone through a number of different owners. There was a company out of Buffalo that came along and basically stripped out all the metal and all the equipment and everything, just left the building and just kind of left it for dead. So Anthony is looking to revitalize it with condo units in the building along with some amenities, and it is subdivided into 3 different parcels, I believe. One is the tower that
Right.
he is looking to have a potential hotel operating there, and not of his own doings, but finding a partner to work with. So Anthony, if you can just kind of lay out your project and.
Yeah, this is the parcel. So this is our piece right in here, and we put a separate tax lot, and this is what I call the hotel parcel. This is the tower that you see right now. This is Oriskany, and this is Whitesboro Street. The building goes from here, the little red brick, all the way down to here, a 6-story building, which was like a former bomb shelter. So, this piece probably is gonna be put together as one for a future hotel, the whole thing. And that's what we're speaking to right now. But right now, I own with Kevin Hughes, this parcel, where we're doing, live work, loft apartments. So we're doing 35 loft work apartments, and then I have indoor parking for about 70 to 80 cars. So it's gonna be a tempered heated garage. And then I have amenities like a food court and maybe a restaurant or some small retail and stuff like that. And that's basically, there'll be more landscaping on the outside with decorative lighting. I'm putting a fence up here with landscaping, and I'm working out on the landscaping plan as we speak. This is the U-Haul over here. And there's an easement going through. And I think they're thinking about a future bike path going down here. Maybe we'll allow even through our easement for a cross through for that later on. Just to have accessibility. There's a memorial park here. The Purple Heart Memorial Park, and then there's another park over here. So, we have a courtyard in here, which I'm, gonna decorate, so we're gonna have like coffee and cafe in the courtyard. And, hopefully this hotel comes through too. And it'll be nice. So the hotel, I did a layout for them. One of the layouts is to create courtyards in the center for light and air.
That's a different developer?
Yeah, it's a different developer. This right here, yeah, this is a total different developer. This is where I am with Kevin Hughes right here. But because we spent so much money already on this for remediation, upgrades, there was an environmental remediation that cost us like $150,000. With Eisenbach monitoring air for about 3 months. The previous people that came in here did a sloppy job of trying to clean up, and they got violations from DEC. Environmental and all that. We came in and we had to do a major cleanup for about a year, almost, on and out a year. But we did it, and we had air monitors every day and encapsulation every day, and we got rid of it to the special dump. That's all, whatever it is.
Mainly asbestos.
Huh?
What was it, mainly asbestos?
Yeah, mainly asbestos, yeah. We had, limited, there was no lead-based paint, but whatever was there, the whole place is sandblasted. All the columns have been sandblasted. We're doing all metal framing. We did a new sprinkler system, new water pipe system, and we're doing a new electric system. The electric is a little bit of a nightmare with the grid because this big pavilion thing has been discontinued, but we want it gone, and it's been taking about 2 years to get it gone, and hopefully it's not even active. Kids go up there and they're ripping things down and we just want it gone. I mean, you know, and also we had a problem, some issues with, I don't know, I'm not gonna say nothing, maybe the guy across the street or some kids are local, but we've had break-ins over the time, and now we had security, we had a couple of calls, and we caught them on camera and stuff like that. I had one kid, I mean, the mother begged me, not to press charges, so I had him do community work. I said, find a church, go do some landscaping for the church, and I don't want you in my building, but if you want to cut the grass or something like that. And the mother said, thanks, you know, I mean, I said, you know, hurting the kid's not gonna help, but maybe he could do something good for the community will. And so, you know, the things that I've gone through on the building is interesting. But I finally got financing. Looks like we're, you know, right now everything's been out of our pocket. We're looking to get an elevator upgrade with Schindler, like $180,000 item. My electric equipment was around $200,000, new equipment. My plumbing equipment was another $150,000 to $200,000. Just, you know, already, you know, like what we have on windows, energy efficient windows, triple glazed. Because the windows are 12 foot high, so they have to be a special frame.
You're putting in heat pumps.
Oh yeah, I have all split system. I'm doing R50 in the ceiling, insulation value, R50, and also I'm doing all split system heat pumps for all 35 units. There's no gas for all units, so it's a split system heat pump for the hot water and the split system heat pump for HVAC and heat. So it's gonna be, the only place I use gas is on the ground floor for the heating of the garage. Couple of Modine heaters, just to temper the air to 50, 55 degrees, so that I just, the idea of this parking garage is something similar to that I've done in New York City. I'm an architect, also, Pratt Institute. I've done a lot of conversions of historical buildings, like major historical buildings. 55 Wall Street was a Type 2 federal landmark. It was the first mercantile exchange of the United States, first national bank of the United States, built in 1830. And I renovated that whole building into what is now condos and apartments and an event space.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? So your application states that you're going to be creating 5 other jobs. And you indicate that they're going to come from whoever occupies the 5,000 square feet of commercial space.
I increased the commercial space to about 15,000 now.
Okay, but do you know who it is and where did you come up with 5 jobs? I mean, how do you, if you don't know who's going in there, or maybe.
Well, I mean, I do have some temporary leases with like some coffee people. But like Heidelberg Bakery may be interested, Utica Bakery may be interested, you know. I'm reaching, and that's just a small portion because the food court will have maybe 10 different companies inside.
Okay.
One guy
So
doing mozzarella.
that's
So
where you're
those
getting
three-
this job number.
That's where I'm getting my jobs from, multifunctional spaces, not just a single tenant, but maybe 10 tenants within the 12 to 15,000 square feet. Plus my parking is gonna be valet parking. So I'm gonna have, like, when a lady pulls in, it's in middle winter, it's dark, or one of the doctors, was we're talking to the hospital, the valet will help her with the car and park the car inside and then help her with the packages to go upstairs. So there's gonna be, it's a multifunctional garage. The hotel next door, because they're not planning an indoor garage, is now saying that we would want to use we need at least 50 cars out of your 80 to have like, for special VIP and people like that. So we want to participate in your indoor garage. And then I also, I reached out to the hospital because I have the lot in the back for 130 cars. So most of the heavy, like limousines or buses that come in will have parking in the back lot on Yorkville. So between the parking, jobs created, and the mini tenants, like an Italy food court. Are you familiar with Italy?
Yep.
Yeah, no, they have like stations. There's a bakery, there's a little rotisserie, there's a coffee station, there's this. So everybody, it becomes even affordable for these people because one guy has 500 square feet, another guy has 1,000 square feet, another guy has 500. So they become little affordable rents within the complex. Guy may be paying $1,000 a month, $500 a month. They could share in one, like, storage, freezer box, let's say. So it's a multi-use facility. And then we also have the fitness center, not a fitness, small fitness gym. And on the individual floors will be a lounge for, if a person's gonna have like a small event for their children, a birthday party or something like that. And then also I have separate storage units for each individual apartment. Or people, so if they want a storage facility inside for Christmas or storage, they have a separate storage facility. Basically the ballgame right there. So yes.
Are there any questions for Anthony? Questions?
Haven't seen. I'm used as a client of mine, so I have to push away from the table.
Yeah, I already have you down as abstaining.
Yeah. But, can I get a motion?
Well, we're here to consider an inducement resolution relating to the RED Adirondacks LLC facility, granting preliminary approval for financial assistance in the form of exemptions from sales tax valued at $183,750, exemptions from mortgage recording tax valued at $30,000, and reduction of real property tax for a period of 10 years valued at $1,559,968, which pilot agreement is assignable to a purchaser of a unit, which financial assistance is a deviation from the agency's uniform tax exemption policy, making the finding that the project will prevent economic deterioration and promote employment opportunities, and authorizing the agency to conduct a public hearing.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Also to consider a seeker resolution relating to the RED Adirondacks LLC facility.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. All set?
Really? Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Hey, we're trying our best. We didn't,
Exciting project.
yeah, and I've gotten really great help from your community, and I really appreciate everything your community does. Because other people on the outside, say banks and 50 miles away, they say Utica, why in hell would you even go there? You're from New York City, and I just said, you guys gotta come up and see the improvements and how great the people are from up there.
Yeah.
And it's really, special. And I I feel that this area is gonna grow because of Micron, Chobani, and the way you guys think. I think it's gonna grow exponentially. And certain things happen in New York. I think there's gonna be a mass exodus out. Just,
I'll agree.
So I'm ready, I'm not, this ain't gonna be enough. I'm gonna need about 20 of these. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry about the 8:30.
No problem, worked out.
Yeah.
Kevin's fault.
Yeah. I told Kevin, I was on him last night. And I got to tell him. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Did it?
That is it.
It's another ice rink, but they still be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple renderings in your packet. So as things
Pretty
develop,
old. One of the doctors putting two of them together.
yeah,
3/4 of $1 million. Look at theirs.
Really? first are sales, but not condo. Cause he's gotta go the AG route and all that, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so he'll have rentals and then after a 2-year period, I think that the 2-year period is something set by the AG.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor? Opposed? So moved. Welcome, Kevin.
Yep.
Thanks.
We're usually not this long. I usually get out of here in half an hour, but we had a big agenda today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Try to jam them all in.
All right, guys, take care.
Thank you, Linda. Harris.